All right, we've got the chicken coop cleaned out with the biochar that was in there, and laid down a new, fresh layer of crushed biochar for the chickens to have a nice, clean, and nice smelling coop. And so that's we've got about a 5-gallon bucket worth of that material from the chicken coop in our mixing bucket. And then to that, we add 1 5-gallon bucket of topsoil. We add about 1 cup of flour. And this is just discarded flour that I use when I'm dusting the countertops and making bread. The excess that's left over from that I keep for uses like this because I don't like to throw things away. 1 cup of kelp meal. 1 cup of alfalfa meal. And then the secret ingredient is 1 jar, 12-ounce jar of molasses. Now, all of this will provide fuel for the microbes to really get going and inoculate that biochar. I'm going to mix up these dry ingredients and the molasses first, and then we will add water to it. And we're going to just continue adding water to it and mixing it until it gets to the right consistency. And I'll kind of show you what that looks like in a minute here. So I'm going to let that go, and then I will rinse this jar as I'm adding the water to get the last of that molasses out. But it's easier to mix this now while it's dry than when it starts getting wet. It becomes more difficult to mix. So I want to get all these dry ingredients mixed in well first, and then we'll start to wet it. All right, so let's start adding some water. Let that soak for a little bit. I'm gonna mix this and see where we're at. Definitely gonna need more water. It's a good workout. Definitely getting my heart rate up, so that's good, right? And I will link all of these ingredients down in the description, and have the ladies, and have the full recipe as well. So that'll be available for you in the description. Yeah, this most definitely smells like chicken shit right now once you get that wet. But as it's absorbing into the charcoal, you'll see once it's sat and had time to age and all the microbes to do their work, it should smell like loamy, really good black dirt. Now the girls are serenading us while we're working, of course, because, you know, it couldn't be nice and quiet while I'm trying to record a video. All right, so actually I smell the molasses a lot in here. So it kind of should look like a muddy mess, pretty much. And it looks like that's pretty well mixed. The charcoal does soak up that moisture very quickly. So don't be shy about adding plenty of water. We have this in our barn, so it will not get rained on. Once we have the amount of water in here we want, it won't get additional moisture, and it can all get absorbed into that charcoal and then start to dry out, so that we have kind of a slightly damp soil mixture that just feels like good black dirt. Yeah, it should be definitely a muddy, soupy mess at this stage. And we'll show you what it looks like after it's had a time to sit and inoculate, and you'll see the difference. But yeah, if you look at this now, it's definitely a soupy, stinky, muddy mess. But yeah, all that'll change over a period of time between a week, and you could even do months. Just let it kind of break down, and once it gets to the consistency that's going to work best for you, we like it to be pretty much like dirt, like you would just dig up, and it not be really wet, but good for storing and using to spread it out on the gardens. So we'll come back and show you what that looks like after it's sat. Well, this has been sitting, I think, for about 6 months. You don't have to let it sit that long, but at this point, it's very, it's pretty dry. We have a little bit of moisture left in here, but it smells just like really rich soil, which is perfect. It doesn't smell like chicken shit. So that means that the microbes have done their job and they broke things down, and this is ready to go on our plants as a slow release fertilizer. You can, I think, do it as quickly as in a week. I like it at this point because then it's a little drier. It's easier to work with. We'll bag this up, and then we have it available for spreading it out on whatever plants need some fertilizer. All right, well, that's pretty much how we process our biochar to be able to use it in our gardens. Check out the link in the description for the products that we use when we're mixing this, and also a complete recipe will be in the description as well. And hope you liked this video. Hope it was informative. We'll see you next time.